Hildy McQueen here, and today we're going to talk about the writer's mind, or how much is up here anyway. I remember a long time ago I did a exercise, and I think it was in a video that I was watching, and it's all about how you imagine your brain being like this attic. Because, you know, it's our body, our brain is in the very top, and it's like the attic. And if you go into most attics, it's a jumbled mess, things thrown here, things thrown there, dirt, dust. Maybe not all of you guys, but my attic is scary. It's usually hot, too hot in the summer to go up there, and way too cold in the winter to go up there too. So the attic is kind of a forgotten space, and sometimes our minds, especially being creatives, get so cluttered that we just refuse to address certain things, and we refuse to go to certain areas or whatever is going on in those spaces. And sometimes, after a while, you can't find anything, so you give up and you just feel burned out, or you feel like, oh my God, there's nothing up there, nothing is going on, how do I clear my mind? And well, the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to step away for a little bit, clear your mind, work on that attic space that needs to be cleaned. Now, with the KonMari method is like something that works for most things, but it won't work for your brain because you kind of need a lot of the stuff that's up there. But you can get so clustered and cluttered with all this stuff that you're thinking about and all these projects that you have to do. I mean, just looking behind me, I'm just like, can't help but think it's like, you know, I got all this jewelry stuff because I'm making some charms for a author party. I have my Bible study, my planning stuff for my planning group. I have boxes over here with books for a signing and some tea and other swag stuff for another different event. And on top of that, I still have to worry about writing books, marketing, and all that stuff. And I know that behind me is not quite as messy as it usually is. But this is kind of a picture of our mind. And see the Wicked Witch? Yeah, she's up there too. So what you need to do is picture it as an attic. And the first thing you do when clearing everything is to just close your eyes and imagine going through the attic, taking everything out until all that's left are these dusty floors and the cross beams or whatever's in your attic. And just picture it as being empty. It's still a little dirty, but it's empty. Well, then you open the window, let fresh air in, and sweep it all up. Vacuum it all up and clean all the cross beams and all the cobwebs and just clear it all out. And then set up these filing cabinets, and a whole line of them. And in each filing cabinet, just picture yourself putting everything back in. But you're not picturing exactly what everything is, because then you will once again get overwhelmed. So just picture yourself just having all these filing cabinets, and everything is now compartmentalized, which is a word I can't say. Well, this is something that as writers that we kind of need to do. We need to divide our minds and clear them so that we don't have so much junk going on. Because what happened to me earlier for the last couple months is that because it was so cluttered, I came to the end of a series and I couldn't write anymore. I had an idea and a plan for the new series that I was starting. I was still going to stay in Western historical, but as soon as I started writing the first book, I got 3 chapters in and I'm like, this sounds just like my Bride books. Nothing is changing. So let me start all over. I want them to be edgier and more fast-paced and a totally different type of storytelling. Cool, let's start all over. Let me get these guys on horses and they're being shot at and they fall off a horse, and then I wrote a very comedic scene, and then this girl comes up and then they start talking, and then they go visit the girl's house, and then it turns back into the Mail Order Bride style again. And I got so frustrated because even though the stories were good and they started out pretty something that I would want to read, it wasn't what I wanted to write. So I took a step back and didn't write for about a week. And I decided I was going to try something different. I've been putting off my other pen name. I've been putting off doing any reviews on my paranormals and getting those ready to launch. I've been wanting to do it for 2 or 3 years now, and I keep putting it on the back burner. And I decided, no, you know what? It's time for me to review them and get that done, because right now I'm at a point where I can't write what I want to write. So I did. I opened up those books, looked at my covers. I had already ordered covers and everything, and I was so excited to read them. They're so different. I'm like, wow, this is me, but it's not me. It's like so different. The writing is totally different. And I loved reading them again. And it kind of opened that one file cabinet on the corner that I had been kind of ignoring, and everything was organized in there. I had the books, I had the covers, I had the launching process already set up. I had the new pen name for them, which is H.M. McQueen. And I had, so I did a Facebook page. I got my hubby already had a website set up for me. And so I'm like, this cabinet is pretty organized, and there's not really much to do. The books are edited. They just need to go to proofreaders, and then I just need to set them up to be formatted. So yeah, it felt so good to go into somewhere where it's totally organized and ready, and I had no idea why I had been putting it off. So I'm so excited. I will be launching that series, and I have another video on where I am talking about the launch process, so make sure to watch that, because I will be talking all about how I'm launching these paranormals under a pen name that's not very well known. So then I thought, well, okay, what else do I have that's unfinished? I have the Laurel Creek series, which there's a novella and 2 books, and the 3rd book will close out the series. That, again, it was put on the back burner because it wasn't that big of a seller, and also I was busy writing the Bride books, so I didn't really make the time for it. So after reading the paranormals and shifting my brain a little bit, I am about 12,000 words into the 3rd book, and my writing is totally different. It's totally different from the Brides. It is a different time period, of course. This is contemporary, but still it's helping me relearn how to write in a different way. And so that's cool. I'm doing that. I'm reviewing 2 medieval Highlander novellas, and again, the writing is totally different in those. It's the Old English, it's the different world, it's a different style, the heroes are totally different, and I'm enjoying that too. And all of a sudden I feel like, wow, I got my groove back. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want to do. And no, I don't suck as a writer. I'm not stuck in this one way of writing. I actually am really enjoying reading my writing and going, wow, I wrote this. So my advice to you guys is, if you feel that clutter going on and you feel like, wow, my ideas and my writing is starting to sound very repetitive, then maybe this is one exercise you might want to do. Go back, pull out a book that you've had put aside for a while and read it, and get to know your writing, or open up an earlier book that you wrote and read it and find out and be amazed at how good your writing is and how different actually you can write. So I don't know where this process is going to take me. I might go back and I'll be able to write the edgier westerns, but then a part of me is leaning more towards the medieval Highlanders, because I do have a series that I started that I once again put aside because I was finishing all these brides that I have been writing for 2 years now. So I am excited about the future. I'm excited about heading in a different direction, but still loving what I do. So I hope this helps you guys. It's a quick video, and let me know down below if you have any ideas or any other suggestions of how to restart and get your creativity flowing again. Have a wonderful rest of your day, week, month, wherever you're at, and just know that being a creative person, there are a lot of people in our tribe, and a lot of us face the same struggles. Take care, happy writing, and happy reading. Bye!